Yeah, he's the one that people want to see. They don't want to see me.
Huh. Turn around.
I haven't heard much on radio either.
At the testing center.
Canceling the CPAS.
With our Brother Street.
Henry,
audit,
Yeah, but
shirt guy. Ganja's around
Yeah,
here.
because they're all way over here, right?
We got the
Yeah, just
gonna
take it.
get some change, and then if I can get some water right there, I'm gonna go.
Thank you, Zipia can't sleep it. Thank you so much. Great job to all who contributed to the event. Yeah, right. Lots to feel good about. Thank you so much. It does. It feels great.
definitely a busy street.
It was such an amazing event.
Busy.
Tell them about, yeah, I was going to say, just
That's
talk about the
really
event.
slow right now.
Yeah,
Talk
wow.
about
Yeah, the event was so amazing.
what a legend. Utter legend.
I
We're getting a
Constant
lot of.
troops
No, I know
circling.
no, you don't even have to
just for
explain.
us.
I want to explain because people don't think they understand. Did you time me? I caught a lot of flack.
Yeah, but you shouldn't. I don't. Nobody should be given.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Because
Hold on.
June 15th, 2021, my son died. Yesterday was the 4-year anniversary, and it just happened to fall on Father's Day. So to think
I would. And see, I knew. I didn't know what I could say. I didn't know what I could say or not say.
yeah, it just that I couldn't have that day spending it not with my family and with a lot of strangers. I hate to say it.
Everyone's crossed it.
I just couldn't. No, I'm gonna tell you what. I actually got annoyed though. Like in the mornings, I hear somebody knocking at my door, and I was sleeping. I just didn't feel like, and then I hear somebody knocking at my window. And I go to the door, and it was somebody there giving me flowers. Like they came to my house, and then they said they wanted to talk about Scientology. I'm like, what are you doing, knocking on my windows and stuff?
You know,
They said they came from Nevada or something. It was.
because you're getting famous now. And
No,
you're gonna need like more security. You know. No, you are. You're really getting known. Like seriously, you're
Scientology is good. No.
But see, they're coming to mine too. They're coming to. See, they probably thought you were part of it.
Once you, oh man, it just.
They're not to my neighbors.
Don't come to my house, you know.
But they came to my house. They're talking to my neighbors and calling my kid. Calling my kid, harassing her. They moved the
So-
porta potty.
Audit had told us about your son, about the anniversary of it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah, what?
I've been getting so many messages like, how could you not show up? Like,
And I said no. It's X. No, I.
can go
that's
First,
ridiculous.
yeah, it's first of all nobody's business.
Nobody's business.
I just want to.
Yeah.
It's like, again, like I said, I couldn't spend that day
No,
not with
anyone
my
but
family.
With family.
Yeah,
no.
just how.
Yeah.
And I said there is a very good reason. I don't want like that's not my thing to tell. I didn't know if I was in confidence or not.
No, yeah, just.
But no, I mean, I know streets.
I just wanted to
have
get.
my back.
I just wanted to get to 12:01 a.m. That's all
I
I.
can imagine.
I spent the whole day just
I
trying.
can't imagine. I can't even fathom what you must have gone through, especially on that day. I can't fathom.
Well, and the thing is that we've all just had to deal with all this disconnection shit with these guys, and then with them harassing your kids.
Yes.
And I know that my son received a phone call the other day too, you know, and
They're disturbing. They follow
It's ridiculous.
They're following us. They're like posting, So they're disgusting.
Yeah.
They moved the porta potty.
I heard.
They actually moved the porta potty.
We moved it back.
What would they do?
Yeah. To
Everything
where,
they do is so goofy.
yeah, it's away from where their property. Like they didn't want it in front of their building, so they moved it to the corner in front of the house that's not
And-
theirs.
and
And
you
they
know,
stole the lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they?
Jennifer stole the lock, and then they given the towing company gave another one. But yeah,
Wow.
so Jennifer right
sorry
now
guys,
has
sorry,
a
I thought
lock.
I'd bring you down to the testing center.
Yeah,
Streets is down
It's like a
here.
little,
But it was so
Yay.
much-
$3 lock that she stole from the door.
They got the shades
It
all
was so
set.
much love. It was
Jennifer
so much
did?
love.
Jennifer stole a lock.
But Jennifer gave us
Shades
me
are
a
all
bonus
shut up.
because they wanted a different permit, but they can't give them the permit because we had the permit, and they said only I can get the permit to get the permit. I said I'll talk to them. Did a Zoom call with Street, the Lieutenant Giannis from Street Services. They didn't show up, so I got to bend his ear. I never would have been able to be on a Zoom call with him if it wasn't for Jennifer.
Yeah.
So I think she wants to escape.
And it
I think
also
she's trying
makes
to
it
work for us.
makes them look like they're they're unwilling to meet some sort of common ground.
Yeah.
And it was their idea for the
It
meeting.
was
though.
her-
That was
she
their
asked
idea?
for it. They asked for it.
There
They
you go.
asked him to set it up.
There you go.
So she gave me a half hour with the dude to talk to him. I think Jennifer wants to leave. I think she's like secretly trying to help. I think so. Because why would she let me have that and let me talk bad about Scientology knowing that would happen?
Yeah. Okay.
Denver's and she's a big liar too.
Yeah,
she's
she is.
horrible.
When we came by there with
It's ridiculous, but yeah, they're
you know what that is.
Back to the shade. Sorry, guys. Thought I'd bring you to the testing center. Hey, Kathy.
Theo was in the
Hi, Antics.
He and I don't get along.
Kat is
As
on
with a
your
lot of
other
people,
channel.
I
Hey,
had to
Rachel.
argue with them about tiny homes.
Instead of Kathy, it's
Tiny
Kat.
homes, you know what? There's a scam going on with them. In North, I keep being told they're half empty. Nobody ever sees people coming and going. There's some scam going on with them. Not
There's a
all of
scam
them.
going on with everything in the city of LA. But my thing with tiny homes is we have 45,000 people on the streets. We have to use every tool available to get people
Yeah.
in shelter and housed.
Yeah.
And he was calling tiny homes concentration camps. I said that's that's unhelpful.
And they're always talking
And
about
so he had a fit about it. And my thing is, tiny homes aren't for everybody, but they're for some people.
I know people that enjoy, like, actually appreciate that.
If you're living right here on the street, right here,
Yeah.
on a cardboard box, you know what your biggest fear is out here? Is that some drunk guy's gonna come by at 1 o'clock in the morning, leaving the bar and smash you in the head. They want a shelter to feel a little bit protected.
Yeah.
A little,
Yeah,
and so
one
tiny
roommate.
homes works
Yeah.
for some people.
It
To
does.
automatically say that it's like inhumane for everybody,
Hey,
I don't
I
think it should
just-
have 2 per room.
I
It should be
agree.
1 or something like that.
Unless you're like a family or you know each other, you
Right.
know, or some kind of relationship. But
But to outright just be against them, just anyway, I had that argument.
But I don't think they're filling them though, because come on, there's so many people that want places, and I hear they're like half
It's
empty.
not even that, man. I'm telling you, all the testimony that I saw, which
Should've grabbed
one of
some
the
chalk
best
or
were actually
something to-
people outside of LA that were talking about some success stories they had in their
Didn't even
area
think
in
of it.
California.
They don't look
And
like
they
the
were
chocolate
talking
type.
about
I'm not the
places
chocolate
that
type.
were
So.
Yeah.
a day rate and found stuff.
Because it's a gray area.
The problem is that there's no
Sorry, guys, I have to go back up to see chat. I can't see chat.
I know, I
There's
couldn't
no
see down there either.
definitions for
I like
what's
the
a
shade
unit,
here,
what's
but
a
at the
bed,
same time,
what is a standard rate?
I
for
might
building a
instinctively
unit?
lean on it,
What
so I'm gonna go
constitutes
back
as a
over on this
shelter?
side.
How do you qualify or disqualify? These are the things that are the most, and every deputy so
Hey,
far
Lupita.
has gone and admitted we do not have such definitions. We know they're important.
Hi everybody,
We
and
don't have them
on
anyway.
TikTok.
It's been going on for years,
Years.
and
And
years.
that's why people are saying, Karen Bass.
I'm over here in the shade.
Yeah.
I'm burning up over there.
Bass is one symptom. She's gonna likely be used just like they did with Weezer. Weezer he was just the fall guy, but he wasn't the only council member doing massive fraud. But they threw him under the bus and said, look, we won with Weezer, look how good we did.
Well, the problem you have with Bass is she has emboldened every bad, every NGO that's
Boulevard, protesting Scientology.
LA Boulevard on Hollywood.
What they do is so there are children in Scientology.
And it
and
exhibit
they're
from Olympics
not
photos.
recruiting to
Yep.
Nation of Islam.
We can't do it. We can't sell tickets to the World Cup. They were saying yesterday that ticket sales are way down.
And how are you
can't
gonna
do it.
How are you gonna
Everyone
support all
follows
the massive
Stephen Mango,
influx of-
man. He's awesome.
I wonder, are we going to get them? Are we going to get kind of
Huh?
in this environment right now? Are people traveling here from Latin America to come to the World Cup events?
No, and they're not going to.
they're not going to.
The law of the Olympic events are leaving to other areas. They don't have the infrastructure.
Okay, here, let me show you something. This is Hollywood Boulevard right now, right?
Uh-huh.
Look down that way. Look down that way.
Not one, yeah.
Look over here. Do you see a single vendor out
Not
here?
one.
No.
And they're
There's not
usually
a single.
loaded.
We're in Hollywood Boulevard, almost
Yeah.
at 5
There's
o'clock, and you don't have.
There's usually,
you don't
what,
have
like
a hot dog
100
vendor
by
over
now,
here.
50?
You don't have the fruit
No,
vendor over
vendor.
here. You have people selling the shirts. You don't have anything. You go across on the other side. There are some,
Thank you for coming.
but this is Hollywood Boulevard. It's all about the
It's like
vendors.
really great seeing
There
you.
are
I'm so
no-
glad you were
Imagine
there.
this same thing for
follows
example,
Stephen Mango.
part of New York City. That would be
Scientology.
utterly devastating.
Anti-Scientology.
The biggest group of tourists that we get here
It was
are
great.
Canadians
Hey,
and
Gina.
people from Mexico. Third biggest are people that live here but live in
Hey,
the valley,
Molly.
but come here as a family to visit. When you tell Canada we're going to make you our 51st state,
Yeah.
it's a little disrespectful, and they're like, no, I'm not going to give you guys our money. And then right now, I don't think anybody from Mexico feels terribly comfortable coming here
Absolutely. Yeah.
under any circumstance, right? Legally,
That's
illegally, or
that's
anything.
true.
So
Yeah.
right now it seems like we have a few people walking up and down here. This is
This
this
is
is summer
dead.
season.
Yes, this is
Summer
thank you,
school's
Dana.
out.
And
this
you
is
too.
usually
Peak
I'm
tourism.
usually
Definitely.
annoyed as hell walking down the
Yes.
street, and I walk into the street because I'm like, get the fuck out of my way. Like you know, it just
Hey,
happens.
Kathy.
Yeah, it is.
Are you watching
I know.
on
And there's
different
nothing
streams?
going on. It's dead out here.
And look, so it's going to affect all these businesses
All
too.
these businesses are getting crushed.
Yeah, they're going to probably go out of
All these
business.
businesses, but what
Yeah.
happens then? Then the businesses are paying less taxes, tax receipts.
Right.
So our city finances get even worse.
And then the
We have a
cops
$1 billion
get all this.
deficit right now.
Right.
And that's as of a few months ago. We're using data out. Add in all the other factors, and now the protests rise.
It's a cult.
We don't mind
Oh.
being. They don't want to be filmed by nothing.
So the city finances are going to be in bad shape, and it's going to lead. Things are just going to get worse and worse. What's going on, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Holy Rose.
Oh, doing great. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, doing
It
great.
is really
I'm gonna let her know you said
icky
hello.
Hold on, I
here.
said hi.
Hey, that's right, bro.
And I
Hey,
have
how's
to
it
tell
going,
you,
all right?
streets is right. It's dirty.
Sabita.
The thing is, it wasn't always like
Yeah.
this.
You ain't forgot about
Yeah.
it.
It's always been
No, no,
I did not
no.
forget about you,
As
Sabita.
bad as it is now, with how much worse it's gotten relative to how bad it
I
was.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been going down here for
Oh, yeah.
years.
Hey, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Hey, we love
Hey,
you.
Brian.
It's been bad for years, and I've been coming down here since.
His mom used to watch all the live streams.
Oh man.
I haven't seen him in like a year or longer.
Have you seen Josiah in a while?
I saw Josiah.
Technology's on the.
I was out here with Josiah last
he's
night.
on
He
TikTok
was-
right now.
Aw.
Josiah, he did two things. First off, he went on top of
So follow him on
he
TikTok.
went on top of Ben and Jerry's
You know, I won't come if you don't want
and
to.
was doing his jump rope thing up on top of Ben and
You don't find me
Jerry's.
considerate,
And
but
then he was over here out in the street.
Hello, William.
What's going on, brother?
everyone
Tell him
knows
his
William, good.
William Goo. No,
right.
not good. It's Goo. It's William Goo.
Yeah, I like good. That's good too.
No, it's great. Just because you want to be in a cult, you can walk around in your little socks and stuff, but you're in a cult, brother. You see what I'm saying? They come out here like that's supposed to intimidate somebody. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you
Hello?
know my name all this
I mean, you're
stuff.
not photobombing us, pal. I won't film you if you don't want to.
William Good. Hey, Shannon, you gotta do better than that, Shannon.
Come on, Shannon. Did he come out of there?
Yeah, he came out.
I
Yeah.
didn't even realize that. Oh my god.
They're playing a peekaboo
Very
game, right?
scary.
And he looked like he was like all scared and everything.
Well,
Like,
he
they're
he was,
telling him to
no,
play it
no,
off.
he did that little second guess look where he's like, should I do this? I know they told me to,
They
but
told
I
him.
don't want the smoke. And he didn't do it until he was over there.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Your dad, we say happy Father's Day to your father.
How's it going, man?
Skateboard man. I don't think skateboard man's back.
Skateboard man, I saw him.
Which one? The original or the new one?
Abu Dhabi.
The Timu one, the Abu Dhabi. No, I saw him at like midnight one night, like 2 weeks ago, and he was like yelling at me. I was on a scooter. I stopped. He came over. He said, "I just want to say I'm sorry, man. I was talking to the I forget who he said. I forget which group. The Moroccan guys. They're telling me that you could help with the police and stuff. I'm sorry. I'll never bother you again. Stuff like that.
You better choose what you want.
You guys going in?
This is the place. This is the goofy place right here. Yeah.
Please go in.
If you do, don't give them your info.
Somebody was at the protest like 20 years ago or something. They signed up for one of the tests over 30 years ago. Long time ago. They're still getting harassed. That's not nice, Shannon. I want to see Shannon. I haven't seen her forever.
Somebody emailed me. They're like, should I put my ex's contact info? I was like, hey man,
Well, you
I don't know if you want to go down
can't
that
tell you what to do or what not to do.
Yeah, right.
Well, unless your ex is Heidi, right? Your ex is
I mean,
Heidi.
yeah, if it's Heidi, then I don't know. It might be a different story.
See, I mean, we're literal rush hour and there's nobody walking on the street.
That's
That's how bad
That's
shape
true.
things are in.
I don't know anything. Any word on Sebastian? I don't know.
Sebastian started giving signatures that he got using that
Yeah.
Rolling Stone article.
Yeah, that was too much.
He was out
There's only
here.
FD.
No, I don't know.
Order.
You're welcome. Have a good
Take
one.
care, brother.
I gave away my last week. I feel bad for that kid, huh?
The hell you with the jingling every time I was walking.
Yeah, right.
I hope this isn't a
Well, you
fire
guys down
call.
the street, man. You guys
Okay, that one time, it was the same.
poor soul. He's on running in the middle of the street. Like a old man.
Are you getting swatted?
That's what I was wondering. I half expecting this to be for us. I'm waiting on it.
Honest, that's what I'm saying.
Well, they're not getting up there.
I mean, that car was there before they got there, though, so maybe they're.
Yeah, I get some water, yeah.
Thank you, LAFD.
They all need to pay for Crowley, too. I'm still pissed off about that.
For what?
How they treated Crowley. Everybody except for Monica. Listen, I don't like Tracy either, but
Yeah.
what they did to her was wrong.
It was really wrong.
It was cheap. It was scapegoating.
Absolutely.
And people understood her history. She is sort of a hero.
She is. And not only that, like, they didn't supply her with what she needed and everything. And, like, she was telling them. It's crazy. So insane.
If people went to Lincoln Heights and saw the size of that yard and the amount of apparatus that's in
Yeah,
that
Molly,
yard,
I'm
broken
tomorrow's
down,
gonna
you
go
can't
home,
understand
get
how
to sleep
big
in
it
my
is
own
unless
bed.
you see it. And you're like,
It'll be so nice.
LA, the county.
Yeah, I have been trying to stay hydrated. I stopped near our parking garage and grabbed the sodas. Like, oh my god, that's so good.
what do you guys think about this place? What do you guys want? You know what it's about?
I just heard it.
Weird stuff. So, big thing.
Tell them the Xena story.
I'll tell this story about Xena. You guys watch South Park? Yeah. They actually have this story on South Park. Let's talk about this. So 48 million years ago, there was overcrowding in another galaxy. So they froze people, stacked them together, put them on aircraft, brought them to Earth, dropped them in a volcano in Hawaii, then dropped a hydrogen bomb on a volcano. So then the alien spirits rose up, and they took this electronic ribbon, and they captured those spirits, and then they brainwashed those spirits, and they're like, all right, we're going to throw these spirits out all over Earth. And those spirits are going to stick to you guys, everybody. And it causes everything that's bad in your life, all your insecurities, all your pain, all your heartbreak. You got rid of those spirits.
555, yeah.
Live perfectly and you'll live forever.
Ooh, that's
And they want
right.
to help you get rid of those possible people's spirits.
That's right. What
Well, it's
time is
gonna
it?
cost you
4:54.
like
Okay.
$500 million or $1 billion.
Tag
Or
us.
a billion
Text me when it
contract.
starts.
You have to sign a
Please,
$4
please,
billion
please.
contract and
Either
join me.
pay or you pay.
So that's the
I know,
silly part,
right? I'm
That's the
almost
silly
ready for
part of
bed.
it. But it's actually way more sinister than that because the people that work right here, they're working 110 hours a week.
Yeah.
And they're not getting paid any money. They get a $47 a week allowance. You're a grown person getting an allowance, and it's $47 a week. You're disconnected from your family. You don't have access to the internet, TV. You're just coming to work every day, working like a slave, then going back to a compound, sleeping 4 to 6 in a room in an old hospital. And you're doing that day after day. Some of them in here, maybe not Shannon, but others, come here on religious visas. And so now they control their visa. They're stuck. And they're working 110 hours a week for no money. And to me, that
Okay,
sounds a
yep,
lot like
an hour
human
from now.
trafficking. And like I say, we think of human trafficking happening in another third world
Yes,
country.
shirt guy's
or in
been
some-
awesome.
It's happening. Oh, this is
Henry
Hollywood
helped push me
Boulevard.
around
That's
today
labor.
too.
That's labor trafficking too. For that little bit of money, they
Yes.
try to say religious exemption.
Yes.
That is labor trafficking.
Right here on Hollywood
Yes.
Boulevard.
And they're
And they're
buying
sleeping
up
up
all the
there.
property, too.
And then the Hollywood High School is right around the corner. And
Yep.
these kids are walking by and they're trying to recruit them in there without their parents' permission.
How much property do they own around here?
They own a
so
ton
much.
because listen, they're tax exempt. Since the 90s, they won tax exemption. So to stay tax exempt, you can't just have the money come in. You can't just bank it. You have to put it to use. Now they're a religious organization, and their way of putting their money to use is to buy property. This right here, this is the first hotel in
What?
The camera down so it's
historic building. But upstairs, those are not tourists that are staying up there. Those are people that are getting traffic that are staying up there. The celebrity building. And up their services down there. The next building down there, they have school program down there. Hills all over the street.
Sorry guys, somebody didn't want to be in camera.
We have that cult. Let's say prevent what's happening right here in the open. I think, listen, it's getting attention now, right? You know, we got a lot of cameras out here right now.
Yep,
So
I'm
it's
from the
getting attention, but
Midwest.
you get more.
I came in from the Midwest to do this. A lot of people are coming
And
in
really,
from all over.
It's your generation that's spoken up. I say this all
Yep.
the time. Like, I'm old guy, I'm 50 years old. My generation, they were like, oh, don't mess with Scientology. They're scary, they're going to harass you and stuff. You kids come out here.
I did
see
not
all day long. They come to the door,
CPRA.
knock on the
Audit
door.
may have.
Shannon. And you know what? So they're not afraid. They're actually mocking you. Unafraid. And that's what's going to shut down science. Nobody's scared of me anymore. There's no reason to be scared of it. And you guys are spreading it among yourselves, spreading it on TikTok and stuff, and it's getting the information out. You guys are the ones that take it down. Like I said, our generation dropped the ball. You guys are the ones that have taken an interest in it. And honestly, this is probably the biggest tourist attraction on Hollywood Boulevard.
I seen it, I was like, I didn't even know it was on Hollywood.
You go down there, you ever see the videos where they come to the buses and stuff? That's down there at the Ron Hubbard Museum.
Yeah, I seen one
Streets
video, I think
teaching the little
like
ones.
this kid is like crying and said like
Hey, YRB.
Dennis.
Yeah,
Dennis
I
is
think
from
so.
Ukraine. And we found all his social media. You know, he looked like he had a happy life. And then
Thanks, YRB, for that reminder. Yes.
And I had shown him
The
some
parking
pictures.
lot on Catalina. The
I
trees
had
on
shown him some
Catalina
pictures
grow over the sidewalk. Yes,
when I had his
they do.
entire life. And you can see, it's hard to tell from the video, but I can see it.
right.
It's just too
Yeah,
much.
you can definitely tell you. It's like
And it's not just her, they had Katya, a young lady.
My
She came
sound
from
is better
Russia.
than Audit's.
We found her TikTok, like she has
I think it's just
35,000
difference in
followers.
phones.
She's a really good singer.
But see, her
Yeah.
phone doesn't
She
cut
probably
out
came
every
over
5
here and
freaking
they
minutes.
said, hey, you want to
I
be
can't believe
actors?
we've been live
Took
for
her
so
to the
long.
They have their acting
Celebrity
classes.
Center.
But they use that just to recruit people. And next thing you know, she's in here, signed a billion-year
He looks
contract,
familiar.
wearing her goofy
Yep, that's our streets. There's some kids he's educating.
They were trying to sneak out, but again, these days, every time I come by here, I see kids out here with their cameras filming, and so they go running. So it's easy. They don't really come out much. They're not getting much done.
Yeah, see, I
People
thought
that
it was
go in
busy,
there
and
are like, your
Street
age,
says this is
and they know what
slow.
they're getting into. They go in there to mess with
But I
it.
guess it's 5 o'clock.
So
It's rush hour.
You're gonna go in there, yeah, go in there, but you weren't gonna fall.
So I guess it really isn't too busy for rush
At the bare
hour.
minimum, they know something's wrong. They don't have an open mind. They go in there literally just because you're curious, you want to see what's going on, or you want to mess with it. Just no. Listen, you're using, you're out here listening. Like it'd be cool.
I'll take a peek at Henry's.
So how was your day? Maybe you got some video or something. Got some up. Get out of here. All right. You guys take care. Enjoy your time.
Thanks for chatting with me. Appreciate it.
You have a good trip. I apologize for Hollywood. It's not as nice as we would like it to be, but you do. Be safe, please.
Get better.
It's gonna take some time to get
I
better.
blame Hugo and Bass and Heidi too.
I'm dead serious. I'm thinking about running against you. I've been recruited to run against you. I've been recruited by people who.
I gladly stay on the phones and call just for the sake of going against, helping somebody go against Hugo.
I mean, they would crush me. DSA, the police union, crush me. They would crush me.
I mean, yeah, but it's just so that he's on his toes, because otherwise he's gonna think, oh, it's a cakewalk.
Nobody's running against him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I would hammer him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it'd be crazy if I got him. I asked him about Church of Scientology's tax status, and he doesn't want it. He's been put on record already. Mindy already asked him right across the street at a meeting. And he says he has to research and he'll get back. That was, I believe, May of last year. He's had enough time to come to an answer. If he doesn't give an answer, that's just the same as saying I support them.
Absolutely.
They have too much information.
Absolutely.
And you're going to talk about your district. Your district has this building, office services, L. Ron Hubbard Museum, that building down there, the blue building. This is all you. the media building at the junction,
Yep.
everything in Edgemont and all the little
And the
properties.
fact that he sees us
Anthony,
all the time go at meetings.
Well, thank you,
down the
Rebecca.
He
street.
lives,
No,
he lives
we're not,
He
but-
lives he lives a few blocks away from the Blue Building.
But thank you
He
for the
knows.
thought. I
Yeah.
appreciate
And if you're
it.
not going to speak out, then he needs to be held accountable too.
I'm at the,
I would hammer him.
Hey, Liz.
Now, Church of Science. I was going to run.
We
I
are
was gonna
at
run
the
for
testing
neighborhood
center.
council.
I
The
begged
person
him
that
to.
won.
I begged him to.
Well, they got 23 votes, right? I'm like, I could get 23 votes.
Sitting here
That's not a
talking to
problem.
streets.
But if I had run, how many people from the Blue Building?
Make him work.
Oh,
for
I
it.
yeah.
had to meet
I don't
streets.
think-
No, Blue Building can't. That's not.
Sorry,
They
my
would
wheels
register
keep.
them here.
Hold on, let me get my other wheel
They
locked.
would re-register them to IBAR. It would. But my thing is, I don't like taking losses. I'd rather save that energy
Let me scroll back and
to
see
go
what you
against
said.
you.
But you know, if someone steps down, you could be appointed.
Oh,
You
yay.
I know.
Yeah,
I
we
felt
tried to
like
do
a
the
better-
police, well,
I'm
we
gonna
did
do
the
what I would
police
do.
commission this
And I
morning.
would say I'm 35.
And we wanted to
I'm
do the
35%.
scroll at the police commission, and they kept giving us the eyes,
Anytime
so
I've actually talked to Hugo, he has this soft.
we're gonna still do it.
He's a wimp.
He is such a wimp.
Hugo only
Ooh,
knows
yes.
what he's been told to say.
I know,
And he
I'm
does, and he is Paramount's
wanting to
biggest
see
supporter.
Yeah.
Liz
He-
and Joy.
Not even Marquise is a bigger supporter. He just goes with what Karen Bass. They have locked arms. Those two have locked arms.
Yeah.
But if you ask him about, he has talking points he can't go off of.
Yeah.
Now we're
I
talking
thought it was weak when he
politics
tried to
now.
deny me from going into the
That was
to the town
That
hall.
was pretty cool.
First off, that's not gonna work. And I was like, okay, call the cops. Just make a
It's
scene out of
okay
it.
over here in the
And
shade, but
lady-
man,
I
it's
don't
hotter
even
than a.
mention this, but the lady from
It's
the
hotter than
facility,
hell in
the
here.
children's place, she came up to me to apologize, and she said he kept on citing it's his private property. She's like, the only reason we have that there is because
It's always
ICE.
something.
That we can say
Hello.
it's private property.
I know.
Right.
I'll take a picture of it.
But
Yeah, I think that the architecture on it is really pretty.
I was weak.
polite
He didn't
for
want to answer
people.
any questions. He didn't want to answer anybody's questions. People had valid questions.
Well, I've confronted him in the hallway at City Hall all the time too, and he says, "I'm busy right now. I'm busy right now." Or he
Okay,
just
so
won't
we're gonna
look at
try
you.
and do public works in the morning
You get that on video?
Yes.
because I gotta check out of the
Will not
hotel
ever
anyways.
Look at me.
Do you have to
Even
like,
as he's sitting in front of the city council.
So we're gonna do
president,
public works,
He will never look
which
ever.
can't wait to actually meet
Never
them
looks
also.
at me.
He looks at me for things because sometimes I draw him a phone.
What?
No, he either doesn't look at me
So
or
when
he gets
I
up
went to
and-
the police commission
Those are
today,
the only two things he does.
the room looks so much bigger on the Zoom. It's really quite small. Bye. And it was quite crowded and it was noisy. You can't hear the noise on the Zoom. You can't hear all the noise, the comments, the kids crying.
I was actually surprised to not have any traffic on the way here.
Just till tomorrow.
During COVID, there was us. So it was very unique, right?
I know,
During
I'm
COVID,
horrible at getting
when
pictures.
COVID happened,
We should.
Everything. There was not a single person out here. I remember I drove through here on a weekend because you weren't allowed to be outside or anything, and I'd see like one tourist walking with their luggage. It sort of looked like they were trapped or whatnot, but everything else was shut down. And then since all the stores were closed, they boarded up a lot of stuff, and then
We got Streets
George
over there
Floyd
giving
protest
lessons, but he's in the sun. Everybody else is over
this
here in the
entire
shade.
street was moved.
We're all in the shade.
They destroyed this whole street.
There's a lot of that in the valley.
It took years to come back. It took years to recover.
And a lot of those people weren't even locals.
No, they weren't. I saw everything that
Okay,
happened.
thanks,
right?
YRB.
You had the
I was
protests that
looking
were
at the stuff that you had sent the other
they'd
day,
show
too.
up. And on the side streets over here,
I promise I'm
4
not
blocks
ignoring
away,
you.
like early
It's just
before
been
dark.
It's been a
They
little
would have
bit different.
10
I mean,
cars lined
Sunday
up.
was
They'd be out there
absolutely
with their helmets masked
amazing.
up, all that stuff.
But
and it was very
there's
well
been
down
some
planned.
personality clashes
They'd have the
and
protest would go through.
just some things
the
that
cops would
needed to
follow
get
behind
ironed out.
protest, and then there was a void. And they
Maybe
would come
little
and smash
attack,
up
demonic
everything.
attacks
We spent
running
3
around.
days
That's
doing
kind of what I
that
feel
before
like it
police
is.
kind of figured out how to
But
control it a little bit better.
it's all good.
How different is it from this protest now?
So it's kind of taken up a little
That
bit of
was way
space
different. This protest now is like
in
a 5 block by
time. We didn't
5
get to
block
do
area.
everything that we really wanted
It's
to do.
downtown
But this
from,
is one thing that I had to.
you know,
Hey,
from the
ICC.
101 to 5th Street, 6th Street.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really, and it's like 5 blocks. So it's everything's concentrated in one area. And like I say, how many people actually go downtown? You know, on a weekend, who's on a Saturday or Sunday? Who's down there? So you have a
the courts in City Hall, that's it.
yeah.
Outside of that, there's nothing.
I never understood protesting downtown. I always felt it was ineffective.
Streets is literally in the hot seat over there. Why don't you come over here so you're in the...
The reason I was over here because I'm leaning. This is my comfort.
He's used to this podium.
I know. I've been doing this. I've been leaning here for 2 years. You know, just sitting here in the same exact spot.
Yeah, it didn't even bother you. Guy came by, picked up the trash, got the cans out of it. You know, no worries.
Until the bid guy comes. And then,
No, the protests back then were different because they were happening everywhere. Venice, West LA, South Central, downtown. Hollywood was the hot spot. Like the way downtown
Got the girl.
is now, Hollywood was the hot. I've seen a march that started, crowd started in La Brea,
Hi.
Hollywood, went straight down to Vine, went up Vine and wrapped around, completely 40,000 people. That was, and that was peaceful.
Y'all just
Early on it wasn't at all.
I was in there, so he had a basketball.
Right
court,
now,
too.
like
Alright.
very few people are actually causing
Totally oblivious, I guess.
destruction.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of
Calculated
attention
again.
to
Like,
detail.
I got
Remember
there
the
right
neighborhood
after they
councils,
hit,
how they talk about the Hollywood
that
partnership?
Nike store,
Yeah.
That's what he's
Jumpman
doing.
store.
Oh, okay.
You know, they went after some
Yeah,
jewelry
if
stores.
you're like in a
Wisconsin.
wheelchair, you need an
It
escort
has-
or whatever.
It's
Walk
unfortunate
Oh,
because it hurts the overall protest.
very
Paramount
nice.
was
That's
different.
nice.
Paramount,
the Albino
people got the
sunshine.
story wrong. They thought in Paramount
yeah.
that they went
Yeah, I
there
remember
and
talking-
arrested
I remember them
people.
talking about
The
it.
staging area.
It's cool to
One
see
guy
him in
pulled up
person.
with his
Hey,
truck in front of
BGI.
him, saw it. He started throwing
BGI says hello, Gigi.
What's up?
the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Is this
It was
a
a
no with
staging.
someone trying to get out?
It's a love note.
Zone. Like,
Let's see what it
they
says.
were, they're the whole
Help
people
me!
across-
Help
It's right
me!
on the Compton borderline. And
I would
they
laugh
come
if
over
it
the
was.
people,
That is good. Whatever they're doing, here, can you show this?
and they were throwing them in ice.
What do you find interesting?
They shot off so much tear gas. Less
A
lethal.
little bit of.
They had to bring in a
Hey, good job.
helicopter to resupply.
You're welcome.
I was in that was an absolute war zone. I've never been anything like that.
people are going and they're down in the chair. I can't.
No, all that was dangerous. That was dangerous.
Yeah, I can't just jump down. I have to have curb cuts. I can't jump
Brian
down.
says hi, Gigi.
I spent half my time running from
What's
tear
it?
gas.
What's it?
They, you know, in Compton, I got hit in the foot. In Paramount, I got hit right here
By a rubber bullet.
by the
Shrapnel.
Oh, the shrapnel.
It was both. You know, they have the foam bullet, like rubber on the front. Well,
Yeah.
once they skip on the ground, that rubber disappears.
Yeah.
So it's like a little hockey puck.
Yeah.
When the foam is still on it, actually though, is when it seems like it does more damage. You ever see them? They nasty, like they tear the skin.
Yeah.
You can really get hurt with it.
I stayed away from it. I was not trying to get hurt. All that stuff.
Yvonne,
People sit on
I
the front
promise
line
I'm
taking them
drinking.
licks. I'm not that person.
Uh-oh. Man's hat goes running.
This is great, but I'll
Did you see
send
the
you them when I
two
have
younger
bacon.
people I saw?
Man, this is one great one.
When I was crossing?
Yeah, uh-huh.
They thought this was a church or whatever, and then I was telling them.
5:30.
Yeah.
When I went in the store, I came out and they're still talking about it. I was like,
Good.
you can talk to street. He won't bite.
I saw.
Even worse, another officer then drags her on the floor, and then he starts
I saw
running.
that. So that's
There's some
actually.
people that walk by that don't
Nah,
know.
Cat is still in there.
We're waiting. So freaking funny. I think.
If Shannon would make so much money on TikTok. He had a Rolling Stone article written about it.
Yeah.
That one person.
And like one of like that.
Okay, thanks, YRB.
The highest search thing.
Seems like agitated. So.
Yeah, there was one. Yeah, there was one guy that came out.
Well, no, the lady though.
Oh.
I said,
Think about that.
damn it.
Yeah,
At this point, all of
I
them,
just got by. I was like,
they would all do very well.
yeah.
I think people would rally behind them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Of course, yeah. Because we're all like, Steve will help you, but like even the horrible.
Yeah, we
like
need-
Janet and Jennifer.
Imagine an interview with
Cute.
Sebastian Sebastian right now, how much somebody would pay.
Can you imagine how much money Jennifer would make as Jen and her men? Maybe an OnlyFans thing, but you know, no. That would be
rich.
that would be a series. Jen and her men, and she could be the star. She could be the TikTok star. That would make a
I think Jennifer likes the
fuck ton of
attention.
money. Hey,
I remember
Jerry.
in court one time, I got there a little late. There was one seat left, and it was Janet. It was right next to Jennifer.
Yeah.
So I sat there, and I was just whispering to her the whole time because it was clear she was about to move. And I was saying a lot of stuff, and the judge ended up yelling at me. I was trying to whisper, but even when I whisper, like my voice was loud.
I love your bag.
Your whisper voice is like yelling regular voice for everybody else.
I want to tell, because you know what, my theory
Too funny.
is that Jennifer wants to leave because she helped us out. She's not really working on our
She's
side.
helping. I think
helping
I think her auditing sessions are being very interesting.
Yeah, 'cause I think she does. She secretly wants, secretly or definitely wants to leave, and she's sending out little help messages.
Yes.
Sending out little
It's very clear
vibes.
that Jennifer,
Yeah.
what's her last name?
Crosstalk.
Well, Bubkey.
Bubkey, yes.
Bubkey.
Wants to leave.
I think she wants.
I'm convinced she's trying to help us.
She sent little messages to me when I was sitting next to her, like little whispers. I couldn't make it out. It was pretty like help type of thing. They should ask her that in her auditing session.
Yeah, I mean, it's really clear.
Pretty
Street.
obvious.
And Janet too, but Janet actually,
So,
Okay.
she wants to leave and be reunited with her son.
So I talked to, Auden and I, back when they were having their religious coalition at City Hall, we met with the one father who introduced us to a whole bunch of other religious leaders, and we're asking if any of them had seen Janet. So guess who I see on the same weekend that we went to the downtown ice protest? I see that same father, and I asked him, it's been over 3 months, and I asked him if he's seen it or heard of her.
Nobody's seen Janet.
Nothing. She's completely off
She
the
wants to
map.
leave.
Completely off the map.
I noticed sometimes at those meetings,
They won't send
she
her
looked
anymore.
nervous, but it was a cry for help.
It was.
Like she was sending out signals.
And they won't send her to the meetings anymore.
Bat
She's not going to any more
signals.
CPAC
No,
meetings.
yeah.
I hope did they hurt her?
Yeah, Bubkey
They're
needs
probably
help.
putting her to sleep, but maybe going in the RPF will
RPF?
wake her up to get
Bubkey
out.
and Whelan.
She was already in there before.
Because
She was?
She's
Yeah,
been in
when
there
we
a
had
couple of
the first
times,
So
yeah.
it is really hard on her. You know, I'm sure, but like maybe that will motivate her to cry out for help more because I want to do a wellness. If I'm thinking 3 months, I'm going to ask for a wellness check.
I don't know.
Can we do a wellness check? Like, how long would you think it would take to get a wellness? If we haven't,
They wouldn't be able to fulfill it because we're not correct family.
we need to get her son.
Yeah, her son could do that.
It's been over 3 months. That was that.
I know how to get in touch with her son. And we just need somebody that can reach out to him that can tell him and say, hey, you know, your mom. She wants
How are
to
you
get
doing,
out.
Journey?
I know she's tortured there, in the sense that they make her get dressed up still. She's in so much pain, it takes days to recover. She has very
It was one of the best things about the protest on Sunday was, one, getting to meet everybody that we kind of had a parasocial relationship with, but also there was quite a few new people that were like, this was the first time that they were protesting. That was kind of cool to see that.
Allows us this abuse for the cause.
Where's she stay at? Does she stay in the Blue
Blue
Building?
building.
That was,
They don't
it was
even put her in
definitely
second
cool.
floor.
They don't even put her in the Anthony Building
No,
down the
and
street?
she's got like a dozen, like a bunch of roommates, and she spoils because they have a bathroom in their room, but it's not ADA bathroom, and she has a teeny tiny kitchenette, like a microwave and whatever, and, you know, so that's considered luxury.
Audit spilling the
for,
tea.
like, her and her 10 roommates.
Spilling the tea on the Blue
You know where
Building.
the OSA
That's
people
where-
stay, right? They stay on Fountain and Normandy at the Anthony.
Well, they have the big. Well,
They make a big deal every time I get it. If I post it on YouTube, them coming off that bus, YouTube literally takes it down to privacy.
I need to get pictures of them because they are messing with me, and so I need to put all their people out there and get their names. I'm going to do it to them back.
Somebody said they were making a website called Faces of Missing Scientology or something
Ooh,
like that.
I've got some. Listen, in LA, the most important people are really the ones that are coming, getting the bus at 10:30ish.
Oh, at Ivar?
Yeah, Ivar. It's the OSA people. It's the
Yeah.
OSA bus.
They're all OSA?
They're all OSA. It's 10:30 bus. Well, I mean, now that we're talking about it, it'll be 10:45 or 10:15. Like, we've gone to great lengths to document them. We've been sneaking in the shadows. You have no idea. We've gone.
Remember they hit the bus and they hit it one time? We were down there, we were so nervous because there's so many of us there. We were all trying to get into the window. Man, we had some
Well, the
good
thing
times.
is, when they come to that
Right
Anthony
before it
building,
became insane.
right there, they drop them off. They come there at 10:30, not 10:29.
Oh, I know,
not
Brian. It would have been
10:31,
loved to
to the
meet
second.
more people, but
And
you know
so
there
you
was
have to just like get
so
your timing
many
perfectly,
people
'cause
here.
You get to the bus
So
too
nice.
quickly. The bus will just pull off and drive away.
I know,
So
Yeah,
like,
Streets
leave
knows
us
all the
behind.
So you have
secrets.
to, you have
He
to
knows
sit
where
in
all the
shadows
bodies are
just
buried.
the right way, and then like probably 2 months ago we were running for the bus and of course, and I'll never live
You know,
it down.
I saw
I
it,
tripped on the
Kathy,
curb and
but I
just went
couldn't open
flying
it.
in the
I don't
air.
think I had enough
And landed on
Sorry,
my
hold
face.
on.
I was all scraped up.
noise going by.
The first thing I said when I got my, I said, "Are you recording?" to Jessica. She's like, "You are so lucky. Otherwise, I would have been."
Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I tried to open it earlier, but I didn't have enough bandwidth to be able to open up.
Oh, I had a recovering now, but my hand. This was like that.
Confirmed to me, they definitely have the crash out video.
Noisy place.
LAPD does?
They 100% have it, bro.
Oh, of course
they
they do.
make
It was-
fun of it all the time. I'm sorry, man.
No, I knew it happened.
They
They
have
caught
it.
me crashing a couple times. One time I was running through, even though this was probably not on video, it was like 9 o'clock at night on a Friday,
Did you
and
get
I
the
was
call
jogging,
for the fall
and I got to
semester?
the intersection, I saw a police stop happening, and I wasn't
Ooh.
paying attention, and next thing I know, I tripped. And I
That'd be cool
I had
for you
run
to
like
go,
5
Brian.
miles, and I was all sweaty, and I landed on like the white line, so it was like a slip and slide. The first thing I hit, I was just sliding, and
no.
yeah, and 9 o'clock on a Friday. And I didn't think the cops saw me. I got so quickly. I was so hurt. And then like a few weeks later, the lieutenant came up to me. He's like, "How you doing, William?" I'm like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, my officers said we should probably go for a jog one of these days." I'm like, "Ah, you guys know." I didn't think they saw it.
But they got all these cameras to stop into.
No, yeah.
You know, but what's I gonna say? You know what else I haven't seen? Robot.
Over here?
Yeah, I haven't seen one all the like since we've been here.
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
it is,
it's a little
Jerry.
early from.
I
Yep.
want to see you.
This
if we're
is
on here
where
and they come by when you yell all the funny things.
Marie
They don't really come over
Billheimer's
here.
husband, Aaron Poon,
They'll
took
see a
his
couple.
life.
They might go
Yes.
over on the other side of the street, but not so much over here.
Yep.
I miss it. I miss it.
Actually, there's
I saw one
stories
in a
of others
protest
that
the other
have
day. I
also
got
in this building.
I got in an argument with
Kind of a
this
spooky little scary thing.
I think it's
Yeah,
fun. You got me
awful
yelling.
stuff.
I steal your idea. I just think it's so freaking fun.
Journey, there's
Well, Waymo cut
a.
me off. I told him.
I
they're
took
next.
some information
Yeah,
off an
there you
Ortega
go.
story
The thing
on my
is, it's like
Scientology
those
Crimes
boys,
channel,
like, without, you know, like,
and
like, those boys
there's a whole
all
story
day,
on that.
You know, straight, you know, like the fill the police from the and then the robots.
You see the way the Waymo's work?
Yes.
People were saying they were lined them up on the app deliberately.
Purposely. They did.
Yep,
It was the wildest
there's a story
thing
on there
because
about Philip
from the
Gale,
time you
but
set it
there's
on
also
fire,
there's quite a few
within 15
articles.
minutes,
There's an old
you know how
Rolling
you have a
Stone
car fire and
article.
Oh, yeah.
You
There
still
was
green?
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
quite a
It
few
melted.
there.
It melted to mush.
That's the problem with electric cars. That
He was definitely a
is
brain.
totally different.
It's a different. I mean, when I say 15 minutes, it was just sludge this high on the ground.
Wow, that's
Still
pretty
on
cool,
fire,
Brian.
Yeah.
but just sludge. That was, it was insane. I saw somebody they shot off
They are tough reads. I started looking at the
Stinger?
lives for the Scientology
and
Crimes
you're supposed to shoot
channel.
him over somebody's head. and
I
they
started
explode.
looking
Hit
at
him right in
the
face.
stories
His face was just
of
banged.
those that rest in peace aren't with us anymore.
I mean, the
And
funniest thing is it's always
some
just
of them are
funny
evident
songs.
because we know of those
They do
stories.
this thing where
Lisa
they just point and they scan like this. And
Whitney
you know it's
Mills.
deliberate. They'll just constantly scan. and
Quite a
then
few
flip
of them
back.
that are more prominent.
When they
But
point at me,
some
what
of
do I
them
do?
have been
I just know
scrubbed
one thing: when somebody
completely
throws a
off
water
the
bottle
internet.
over my head, I just get the fuck out of there because they're gonna shoot.
Yes,
if a
Lady
water bottle
Victoria, I
comes
have
up,
a
they're shooting at me.
Scientology Crimes channel.
Get the hell away from me.
Maybe Haggis can throw a link to it in there. I really don't keep up with it as much as I should. I've been slacking even on this channel lately. But it was just to start documenting the abuses and the crimes that are happening against those that are in Scientology, especially those that have already been documented or cases that have been filed that have been not settled but bought off.
So everybody else got shot at, but except for us.
So, and Tony Ortega, of course, is a wonderful resource for a lot of that information.
Every time now that we have a new permanent event,
Yeah, be like, I got my permit.
it's gonna be on.
Thanks, Lady Victoria, but no, as I am. Ask Peter, I slack on that darn channel. And to be quite frank, a lot of it is because some of it is so dark and evil that just even reporting or looking it up or researching on it
She's the one who
just
told him
kind
to
of
throw
blackens
that
your soul.
That was the letter, right?
Right where all my battery is.
Oh, actually, yeah.
the girl.
Hold on, let me get my battery charger.
Actually, she's not working right now. But they sent a letter saying that she called them a cult and stuff. We send business to you. They don't send business out there. They don't help any business out on how it's going.
And I don't care.
Sorry guys, either that or I'm gonna lose my...
Help anybody out with themselves.
Glad I invested in this darn
Posted
charger.
in their break room is like.
Really, like a joke?
There, now I'm plugged in
They don't
at least. BGI, Kathy has 4 or 5 different devices that she watches all the streamers on. So that way she can help with watch hours and subs. What a hero she is. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I mean, Eyes to See, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You just got to take a break from it, and it started even like throwing me.
They're trying in other countries.
Yeah.
What they should start doing.
Did he? I know he had a live about it a month or so ago, and he said he was going to.
Like 20 years
I'll have to
ago,
catch up
they
on
used to
that.
have this whole street lined with desks, and they would come and do your personality test. They would have their e-meters out here and everything. And they'd sit out here
Latin
doing
American,
big difference now.
and the Russians, and even
I don't even know how chat's going. I can't read chat.
a lot of the Ukrainians. Yep, are all definitely getting targeted.
That's so sad. You see a food truck driving around, not even the park.
Yeah, you can't find where to stop.
Isn't that depressing?
There's no vendors out here at rush hour.
I know, that's crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
They're scared to death.
And that's winter
Get
time.
that, there's hot dog, vending hot dogs.
Yeah, they're always
I
out
mean, this
here.
is
There's always a lady right
kids
there.
are out of school.
She's always sitting right
You would
there.
think they'd be here, like going to
She's barely
Disneyland and
ever
everybody
out.
going to Hollywood.
Nobody's out here. All the
There's a big ranking Scientologist installed.
it takes away from the culture of how to
I think sometimes, like,
Oh my goodness.
whatever,
Well, that's something
federal,
that
state, whatever.
definitely should be looked into.
Mores, culture, whatever.
That's why.
Yeah, he had a lot of
It
followers.
started as a small thing, but getting people to attend.
Suez,
You get pressure.
somebody,
because
I remember hearing,
you have no
I
excuse
just
to
haven't
say,
had a chance
"We
to
didn't
catch up on
know,
streams since
not
I've been
enough
gone.
information,
that video
not enough people.
Yeah.
People might not like it, but you have to go through that process. You gotta check the little box and say, you
Yeah,
did
it's
it.
amazing.
I love going to the meetings.
I know.
what are they gonna do with my name too?
Yeah, I love it.
How many views did... I'm trying to think of who did the protest the other day that had like 800 or 900,000 views. That was pretty cool.
No more kids in science. Show your tattoo. No more kids in Scientology.
They're not going to do it.
I'm a bit in all that. I just feel like sick to my stomach right now, like chowder was happening.
They try to claim that children aren't involved. They're saying
kind of questions they ask you. But
Oh, they would not have.
I know, they're not gonna say. I wonder if the dad would. No, they don't let the dad in.
You notice everybody that came out of there was black. So
Yeah.
this nation is.
But you know that he was.
And again, there's a reason why.
Okay,
they're
5:30 or
trying to create a
5:26.
rip.
I'm keeping my
Like
eye
I said,
on the
Cutsy's
time.
been out here. I've been out here with Cutsy, and guy tried to start a fight with him. He was putting on his glove, ready to fight him and stuff. That happened twice. Same guy. They're purposely, and they get something to the side door, like they usually do. Any other portion.
That was the
where
father and
everybody else
daughter
to the side
that
door, people were here.
Just
Well, they
came out of
purposely do it.
Scientology.
They
We were
try to
talking to
start
them when they went into Scientology.
People
I
are
don't know if I
asking
was
if
stringing
your,
them.
BFF Joey has given you any thank you letters recently.
He told me he was gonna kick my ass.
We
about
do.
a
We
month
do
ago.
love waking up with Brian in the
We
morning.
all want pay-per-view.
And then he
Got some
really
good
he felt
tunes.
goofy after that.
We
And
want pay-per-view.
I saw him again after that. He just looked away. He doesn't. I don't think he wants anymore.
You're talking about morning and
Joey
good
got beat up.
tune, so that must be.
He got in a fight.
Brian.
And it
Yep.
was on video. And I got my hands on the end of the video.
From a poet.
Joey, I said, Joey, you know, you were on the ground. You lost that fight that you started. He's like, no, I was not on the ground. I said, Joey, here.
Can you
how
hand
about
it up
that?
again? Thank you. Appreciate
And
it.
Joey stays out of my way. He doesn't. He wants to get publicity. He's like, any
Yep,
publicity is good.
I'm gonna
He
admit,
takes
I'm
abuse. He
just kind of a
loves it.
follower on
I think
that,
it's got
on
to
the
the point that
protest.
people around him have said stop.
I helped, but it wasn't
He's always
me.
made himself seem like a
But
victim.
thank you.
I've told this story already. Somebody
I know it's like
Went to a
I feel
therapist.
sorry. Poor Kathy.
on the west side, and
Hey.
they're talking about something about Scientology.
Poor
and they
Kathy
said
is so.
the therapist.
She must
did
be up
something
so
wrong,
early in the
'cause
morning
they were
every
like,
morning.
Yeah,
hard
there's
to be up
guy
that early in the morning.
harasses people related to Scientology. And they said who? And they said that guy William Booth.
Hey, Sadie.
They thought they were going to say like ZD Booth or whatever. You know, but they said me. And they're like,
Oh,
who?
I love Gina.
Like he's been following my client around, and they had to take him to court or something like that. They're like, Joey?
You know what?
They're like, yeah, he's been harassing Joey. He's been stalking
It's nice
Joey.
to be here
And they
because
showed
of the
the video
protest.
of Joey. I ran away from Joey. And he
But
ran after.
There's just way too
I had to
many
get on a
people
scooter to get away
here.
from him because it was like.
It's way too many
And at
people,
the same
way
time,
too
he's
many
saying, I'm
buildings.
stalking
Right, that's what he does. He's such a.
I-
I miss him.
Thank you,
I
Jamie.
low-key miss him and the dog.
Make sure you add the scooter fees over to your attorney fees.
Yeah,
Right now,
I
we're
like
dealing
my
with
non-people
Francois is running from subpoenas.
Yeah, yeah.
She's running. They're trying to serve her. They can't find her.
But does he admit it's the Scientology helping him?
It's nice for a day or so.
Because it's against them.
What did
It does. It definitely does make for a great day.
11:30.
In front of over there?
It does. It's like a vampire energy getting sucked out of you here.
Interesting.
It's almost like it's overwhelming.
That talk to Francois privately to say you should consider RO
So it's hard to. Francois
Yeah,
said
I
in
agree,
court
Brian.
that
Yes,
she went to the police
definitely
and
claustrophobic.
senior lead officers.
I guess if I
said-
lived here and I
recommended
knew
getting
the lay of the
RO.
land, it
But
wouldn't be quite so bad. But
police were unwilling to
I'm going to admit
testify
I get lost
that it was
in a
held.
round room.
So we don't know which one
So-
it is, and that could be Francois lying for all we know. But Joey said the
Yeah,
same
I'm
thing
not.
too.
I hate.
Joey said a specific.
As I said,
detective,
after a while, I
Dirks,
would get used to
something
it.
like that. Said to get an RO against
We have to carry you
Northeast.
down. Or would that make it harder? I mean, it would make it harder, but the benefit of it, I think, would outweigh
But yeah,
it
no,
in
we
some
can't get
situations.
Scientology
yeah.
to cover those fees. Joey will never.
guess
They're
if
never
you're
going to
living
get
on
paid
the
for Joey.
street, you know.
And Francois, Francois hasn't paid anything.
It's his mobile
He
home.
offered a deal of $10,000.
But that'd be cool to put like a sunroof on here.
Yeah,
I can't imagine putting that, breaking it down.
breaking it down and putting it in the car.
We gotta come after her assets. We'll get him.
Yeah, I agree with the itchy brain.
You got multiple cars.
Yeah, to get her ass up.
And her house is like 1.5 million. She has a note of 500,000. She's got $1 million equity.
Now, would that be lean, or would they be able to get
Yeah, put a
that?
lien on it.
Yeah.
Put a lien on her credit card processing or her business bank accounts. Imagine operating a restaurant and you can't take credit cards.
Maybe you can get that sweet Tesla she has too as part of the ladder.
I gotta turn a little bit, guys.
No more scooters now. You're living the high life on a Tesla.
She was talking so much junk to me too, because I was
Ganja, I'm gonna move down into the shade a
Like,
little
you were
bit.
gonna pay that money. She's like, no, I'm not.
Where you guys living?
No, I'm just coming over here. Well, I thought I was gonna get in the shade. There's no
way.
shade.
There's no, that's what.
This looks
You
like a
gotta
Sunday
go on the-
afternoon.
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
quiet. The fact that I can hear you and it's picking up on the.
Well, you could go here.
This
I don't know if
is-
you want to have your back
It's
to
Friday.
the road.
I mean, it's
No, this is
summer
as shady as
5:30.
we're gonna get. I'll try and not touch the building so I don't
Even the
touch
floor
you.
vans, you notice they can't get anybody in there right now. Not one person is going into the door.
Can you send me?
Okay, no pushing back and forth on the thing.
Well, no, he does. I'll come back. I wish I had a bigger budget. Because he needs my favorite restaurant.
Thank you.
Like my favorite restaurant.
The taco one?
No. Like, for me.
No. I don't know that right now. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you a question. She's not muted.
I'm gonna go to my school.
You like concrete walls? I know, you're in the middle of the city. You like that. I
Well, we
can't.
talked about it. I was like, they wanted to audit, and there's one. She's like,
This
she's
is, Brian says, this makes my brain itch. By the time I'm going to be back in the hotel tonight, I'll be like, okay, turn the brain off.
was bad, and I'm like, permit and paid legit. Like,
And there's so much.
Well, Bike Guy needs to come over and just
Can't just
take
label the whole
everything
thing
over
as
there.
bad. That's just not how life
And,
works.
I mean, he drives.
Yeah,
And
well,
that's the kind of stuff that just drive you up a wall, man. It's like that's just
He's
not
not a
reality.
driver on
You
the
can't do
car,
that.
but
one thing I would
But
say
you
is
could drive
stop
over there and
LAPD
it's
stop
only a
coalition
block.
took a couple of hits this weekend.
No?
I did that.
Jason
I'm
got
not
shot,
Yeah.
and then Shakir, the lawyer that handled all the
I'm
picture
trying
releases
to. I just sucked up
and the
a
badge numbers.
soda
He
before I
got
got
hit.
out
He's
of
actually
the car.
handling, a number of my things right now, and so when they got hit, there's a lot of anger at the LAPD right now.
Yeah, it is kind of. I'm sorry, I've got it pointed to the ground.
Stop LAPD.
So that's
We'll
probably
see.
where that came from.
We'll see, William.
It's right now is an emotional week.
Point it back
after
at William.
those
Give you
hits.
guys something to look at.
You know, three of them, Richie, Shakir, and Jason, all got hit with.
I saw, I forget his name, but a cat
Oh.
with news.
Cat, Sean.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah,
He was in
Sean,
there, yeah. That's my guy. That's like my best friend.
They were being nice to him. I was standing by, just covering.
Oh no, they're gonna be cool with Sean. Sean's cool with
It
that.
wasn't Saturday night.
Sean did good
no.
work.
It's hard. The sun's hitting it at an angle, you guys. I can't see the chat very well.
Yeah, Sean did some good work capturing. I mean, my thing is.
Well, you guys,
I've
we've
never
been
charged
using
for
this
any
battery
video, but
charger
if
all
you go
week.
out there
Ganja
and
has been and I have been.
something each day,
And Audit
that's
used it all day.
And one charge.
On one charge. Yeah, that's shout out to this battery charger.
People saying, "Go charge money."
Could have.
And I'm like,
So did they just
But
leave or
I'm
they come
happy that people are actually seeing
That's what I'm
the
saying.
actual reality
Oh.
and countering all the nonsense.
So that's
what
what.
it is.
So I get in trouble because I have not one time ever charged.
Do you drive by?
Not one time,
Yeah.
and I never will.
Yeah.
Because my thing is just want to get the stuff out here.
People
When
say,
I,
"Why don't you copyright?" I'm like, no.
when I was in
Take a peek.
Paramount, ABC reached out and asked if we should.
You guys want to go
And I was
for
like, how the fuck do you get my
a
cell
tour?
phone? I was annoyed by that.
I'll
But
leave
I was
you
like, I
on.
go ahead and do it because I want the world to
I'm
see
not
what's
streaming
going
it.
on.
I'm
But
not.
that having been said,
I'm not.
if
It's
you're
my
doing this
probably
for
a good
living,
idea.
definitely charge
So,
because they're
yeah,
making
don't
money.
promise them a stream.
That's probably a good
If
idea.
you-
Sorry,
if you
guys.
give
Ganja
CNN
talks
or
some
if you
sense
give
to me.
ABC, they say, "Can we use your
I
video?"
didn't-
They use it.
No, I
They're
didn't.
posting it on their TikTok
Yeah, I didn't think of
and
that.
on their YouTube, and they're making money
She's
off
the
those
smart
millions of
one in
views.
this
So
relationship.
at least charge $100, $200. They're gonna pay it. But
Ooh, did you pop the Prosecco
it's
and
always
their
been
red
principle
wine?
with me where I just
All right,
I
that
don't.
is-
My robot videos, they
Yeah,
ask
okay,
that.
well, and Laura's
But,
coming on here
like,
in a
this
few
police stuff,
minutes anyways.
Yep.
So
I always said anybody
we can watch
use
Laura
anybody.
while we're running
Just don't like
around.
pin me out. Like, just
Okay, well, I'm
steal
gonna go.
this
It
on
takes me
video.
a second to get in the
That is-
car
yeah,
because it's.
but-
It's a little bit of a
I don't care.
process.
I was wanting
So
information to get out
I
there.
love you guys. I'm gonna turn you around.
I would love to see somebody
Love you
dedicate
guys.
a whole
I'm
thing
gonna
as a commentary
I'm gonna watch
channel.
Laura here in a few.
That'd be
But
cool.
I'm gonna take off.
It's like
Thanks
all
for
those-
coming to the
I mean,
testing
it
center.
sounds weird, but
and
it's true. There's people literally
say goodbye to William.
making reaction videos telling people eating food for hours on end. And so if that